Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Teddy T coming to you live from Philly uh, under the name of Ride with Ted. So today, I wanted to do a video about rideshare. I wanted to do a video about getting started with Lyft. And the reason I'm doing this video today is because I had some people who have asked me a lot of questions about it lately and how to get started and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna give you the rundown. So what happens is initially you need a vehicle that meets Lyft standards, so the vehicle has to be 10 years old or newer, right? So for example, if we're in 2020, your vehicle has to be 2010 or newer. Okay, and then what you do is you go into the Google Play Store, you download the Lyft driver app, right? You download that app to your smartphone. Then what you do is you apply to Lyft to be a driver. Now, if you need a referral code, I'll include a link in the description below where you can click on the link, my Lyft driver link as a referral code. And what happens there is we both get a bonus for when you complete rides. Fair enough. So once you do that, you submit. They then will ask you to submit copies of your vehicle registration, the insurance card, your driver's license, and then you have to take a driver photo, right? So you can upload so what I would suggest is you take a camera shot of those documents and then you can upload them right on the app. And then they'll ask you to take a photo, which will be used from time to time to verify your identity. Okay, now once you do that, you submit all that information, then there's a background check that's conducted. And once that background check is complete, they will then, at least when I join, they will require you to go to one of their local centers. They used to be in Pep Boys. I'm not sure if they're still doing that, but they have a training class, and it usually lasts about 10 to 15 minutes. And they go over how to turn on the app. They'll give you an example of rides. They'll show you how to cancel a ride if you get into a situation and you need to cancel. There's a button for that. And they'll give you a nice little gloss over. They'll also show you, they have a feature called Destinations where, for example, let's say you were done for the day and you wanted to just cruise home, but on your way home, you figured, hey, I'll try to get a couple rides or at least one ride. So you can actually put in your address or a location that you want to go to, and they will give you rides in that particular direction. So it's a great feature. And so basically after that, you will then be on your own. You can go out on the street once you've been verified and activated and all that, and you can start accepting rides. And it's pretty much simplicity from there. It's basically that they will send you a location. You go to that location. The person's name and the address that you're going to will be visible. So once the person comes to your car, rule of thumb is you always ask the person to identify themselves by name, and you verify where they're going. That's just my personal thing. That's something I do. I just verify, okay, you're going to 6th and Market, or you're going to 5th and Lehigh, you're going to Broad and Callowhill, wherever it is that you're going. Fine, yes, that's where I'm going. Perfect. And then they also conveniently add a GPS button at the top of the the ride where you can press that GPS button if you need directions. If you're not totally sure, you may be from another area, you're not 100% sure how to get to that location. Now, some of you may have noticed that I have this black jacket on with the Lyft emblem on it. And this particular jacket is a nice feature. It's something you get after you give 1,000 rides. And I think I'm up to now somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1,500 rides. But when I reached the 1,000 mark, they sent me an email, said congratulations. They asked me what size I wanted to wear, and they gave me this jacket, and it's very nice. It's kind of a thin material, but it's actually warm. And it's kind of funny because I had taken a ride with another Lyft driver one day. I had to take my car to shop, and I got the conversation going with this person, and I noticed that she had the Lyft jacket on, and so I asked her, do you like the jacket? Because I hadn't worn it. I got it in the mail. I hung it up in my closet, and I didn't wear it. And she says, "Oh, this jacket is wonderful. It's nice. It's thin, but it's very, very warm." And so on one of the coldest days that it was out there, I decided to try it out, and it's actually warm. So even when I'm in the car driving, which 90% of my time is spent in the office driving, I sometimes take it off because it's so warm. And then I have to turn the heat down in the car, obviously, because, I'm inside. But I also wear a thermal top, in case you didn't notice that part. But I do wear a thermal top, but it was still warm without the thermal top. So this jacket is really nice. So at least it was a little something that Lyft gives you. But I really like the idea of just being out there. I'm a people person. So if you're a people person and you're a friendly person, this is a great job for you. And on top of that, you don't have to be the friendliest person, like the ultimate. I'm just saying that if you're a friendly person and you're a people person, you get along with folks, you're going to do fine. And so another rule of thumb is usually what I do, just a tip that I give. I always greet the person, hello, how are you? Sometimes 90% of the time I'll say, how was your day? Or how's things going? Is everything okay? Sometimes the responses I get are unbelievable. Sometimes the people will say, oh my goodness, just from you asking me that, I feel better. Oh, my day is great. Oh, thank you so much. My day was stressful. It's nice to just get off work and just de-stress. So you can sometimes just make someone feel better just by asking them how was their day. So that's another thing that I really like about this job of rideshare. So I also wanted to talk about branching out, because I also had a conversation. I want to also, before I get into that, I want to send a shout out to my man Torsten out in California. He is a wonderful guy. He's also known as the Rideshare Professor. I'm sure a lot of you probably have come across some of his videos. And also, if you aren't a subscriber, I would ask that you give him a chance. Just look him over and give my man a subscribe. Click that subscribe button. He has some wonderful, wonderful content. I'm trying to figure my way around this, and I figured this was a good way to kind of like get my start. I had done some videos previously, and I took them down because I realized that the content, I ended up being more of a complainer in those videos. I won't get into what it was per se, but it's just that I realized that I needed to have some positive content. So this is my way of kind of like trying to pass it forward, or pay it forward, as some people would say, by offering some of my experience to anyone who might be new to rideshare and not quite sure how to navigate around certain things. This is a good video to help you navigate those things and get on the road to success and making money. And this can be good. I mean, and it has a lot of it has a lot of potential for you. I mean, you can do what you want. And the great thing is you can log on when you want. You can log off when you want. They do have a time limit. However, you cannot be on the app more than 12 hours. Once you reach a 12-hour mark, you will not be able to log on until you take a 6-hour break. So you have to take at least a 6-hour break. And then once you take that 6-hour break, the 12-hour clock starts again. So that's just for those who want to just go all out and just drive a whole bunch. That's your limitation. You can do it for 12 hours straight if you want, but after the 12 hours, you must take a break. It used to be 14, but they scaled it back. They thought that 14 hours was just too long for one particular day for someone to be driving 14 hours. That's just a lot of driving. So they cut it back to 12, but 12 is still good. Now, me personally, I usually sometimes only do sometimes in the neighborhood of 5, sometimes 4 hours a day, sometimes 5. I have another job, so it kind of conflicts with that. So I only do ride sharing on a temporary part-time basis. But okay, so now I want to get to the subject of branching out. I had a conversation about 2 years ago with one of my riders, and she told me a story about her brother and said that her brother had started out as a rideshare driver for Lyft, and in a 2-year period he had done enough and racked up enough compensation that he was able to add another vehicle, and then he added another, and by the time he was done, he had 5 vehicles. And he also had a limo, like an Escalade. And he bumped into a guy that ended up becoming a private client on one of his rides. And so the guy liked his demeanor and his attitude and his presentation so well that he hired him to be his exclusive driver on an on-call basis. So here's this guy. He had 5 cars out there, and he also had a limo. And so she says to me, don't limit yourself. You can do more. So just think about that. So that conversation was 2 years ago. We're in 2020. That was in 2018. And I have not forgotten that lady's advice. So fast forward into 2020, I have now come to a point where within the next few months, I am going to add another vehicle to my rideshare portfolio. And on February 23rd, my man Torsten out in California, he's going to have a party out in Long Beach. And I already RSVP'd. I'm going to this party, and I'm going to pick his brain a little bit because this guy also started out as a rideshare driver, and he now has a fleet of vehicles. He leases Toyota Priuses, and he also is saying that he is going to start selling Toyota Prius parts at substantially reduced prices. Not prices. That's, oh my goodness. Sorry about that. That was a faux pas. It's at substantially reduced prices. So, having said that, it's just amazing if you put your mind to something, what you can do. So now I'm in the same position that this lady's brother was in, whereas now I can add another vehicle. But I also want to do the Escalade thing because I saw the rideshare professor on various videos, and he was having a ball. He was on his day, in the middle of the day, going to pick up an actress from the airport. He also had an exclusive contract with Kobe Bryant, and his company And he says he knew Kobe well. He was very emotional on that day that Kobe died in a helicopter crash. I really felt for him, and but he says that Kobe was one of his main clients, and he had met him on quite a few occasions. But he also picks up so he picks up actors, actresses, movies. Basketball stars, rappers, musicians. He has a diverse clientele list. And he says he started out just passing out business cards at high-end hotels and at exclusive locations in California. And the word of mouth spread. They liked his, liked his demeanor, liked him. And he's been rolling ever since. So I already told him I'm going to pick his brain. He said, wonderful. He has no problem. This guy is the most friendliest guy that I've ever met as a stranger online, who is a real friendly guy. The rideshare professor will help you with anything. He even helped a guy and streamed it live where he helped a guy with the leasing question for Uber. So my point being that, I can just see myself following in footsteps, even though I'm a leader. I consider myself to be a leader, but I'm just saying I can see myself following in footsteps and not limiting myself to just, okay, I'm just going to drive ride share and just make that like my profession. No, I want to branch out and do more. And I may even be able to get it to a point where that job, I may be able to consider making the ride share and the limo my full-time job. So having said all that, I just wanted to project that positive message to you. So if you're a person that's just starting out, just think within a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 6 months, or depending on how you do it, you can follow in those same footsteps. So don't limit yourself. Don't be timid. If you just want to test the water at first, just to see how it goes, try it and then see how it goes. And if you like it and it works for you, great, then just keep going. But I'm not limiting myself. I am trying to branch out, be more positive, just have a better experience and make a better life for myself. I mean, I have a comfortable lifestyle, but I want a better, more comfortable lifestyle. So I want to get all the paperwork done and get all the right licenses and things that I need. And I want to do it the right way, but I want to branch out. And so I'm just so excited. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm just excited, man, because I want to do this thing. I want to get this thing rolling. But so again, this is Ride with Ted. I'll include my link to my referral code in case you didn't know anybody or you weren't sure how to go about it, or you just brand new and you need a helping hand. I'll just include my link. I'll also include my email address if you ever have an issue or you just want to ask a question about ride sharing. I have extensive knowledge now. I've been in the game for about 3 years now, and I know a lot about it. So if you're just starting out and new and you're not sure what to do or how to go about things that you want to do to build your business, I can help you with that. So again, everybody, I just want to send a shout out again to a couple people, mostly to the Rideshare Professor. I also want to send a shout out to my man Ride with Peterson. I'm aware that he has been saying in July he is going to quit ride sharing. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm also not sad for him because he has other ventures on his way. So Ride with Peterson, I just wanted to send a shout out. Also over in my neck of the woods, because I'm on the other side of that bridge in Jersey, I'm in Philadelphia. I wanted to send a shout out to my man Dustin is driving over there in Jersey. Hey Dustin, how's it going, brother? We communicated a few times, but this is Ride with Ted. Just wanted to send a shout out to you, my brother. But also I wanted to send a shout out to Harry. I'm going to be seeing Harry and Rideshare 411. I believe that's the gentleman's handle. Check those guys out. Rideshare 411. Also, I wanted to send a shout out to Mark. He used to be Mark at Uber Hints. I forgot his new handle now, but I wanted to send a shout out to him as well. So, gentlemen and ladies, have a great day. It's a dreary day here right now in Philly. It's raining. It's dreary, but I'm in a positive mood. So I just wanted to make this positive video, send a shout out to my folks. And I'm looking forward to that party on the 23rd in Long Beach. If you're not aware of it, just click on the Rideshare Professor. Look up the link for the party. He's trying to limit it to about 200 people. So if you are thinking about going, I would get with him as quickly as you can, because he's going to cut it off at around 200. But I think I was number 2. The number 2 person. I only saw one person. I'm just assuming that because I only saw one person who RSVP'd on his Facebook, and then I RSVP'd on it, and I was number 2. So I know there's probably still some more spots available, but he wants to limit it to 200. It's going to be a big party. And he's promising good food and good drinks. No alcohol per se. He says he's not going to just pass out alcohol. He's going to have a couple beers maybe with some people, but he's not going to be just tossing out alcohol like that. He says it's liability issues. I agree with him totally. But anyway, if you're in the California area, or even if you're in the local area and you want to travel out to Long Beach, I think it's only about a 6 to 8 hour flight total, and it's not bad. But I'm going out there and I'm going to have a ball. And he says he's going to be doing some live streaming, so you might see me on some of the live streams. Because I'm going to be getting in everybody's face, but I'm trying to get more information too. So we're going to have some fun on the 23rd. I'm just hoping so. So all my friends out there, all my ride shares, be safe. Have a great day. And I'll see you on my next video. Take care.